I believe we're not alone in the universe. I mean, we might not be alone on Earth.
I looked up and I see this formation of red lights.
It wasn't a plane. It wasn't a helicopter.
I saw two stars. Between them, there were two orange orbs.
They say that although we live in Alaska as part of the Alaskan Triangle, kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, there's more up there in the sky than we think there is.
Fairbanks, Alaska, a lively city at the top of the world. The skies overhead are busy too, thanks to commercial aircraft and all the military planes at nearby Fort Wainwright. But every once in a while, something enters Fairbanks airspace that shouldn't be there. Unearthly visitors whose intentions may or may not be friendly.
My name is Aldington Russell. I'm a US Air Force contractor. Working for the US military, it's been an adventure, and it took me here to Fairbanks, Alaska. I believe we are not by ourselves. There has to be more intelligent life than us out there.
After decades in the service, Aldington knows all about flying objects. At least the ones that are supposed to be there.
Radar is my specialty. I know how to identify aircraft and what's moving out there. And you'll have blips going across the screen, and you could determine the speed, the heading, and you could see what you could tell if it's an aircraft, and have an idea of what type of aircraft it is, if it's a fast burner or commercial, just from the speed that it's moving. As a radar maintenance technician, I know what's out there and what we're flying, and I stay on top of it because I'm Air Force.
But one winter morning, he had an encounter that all the military training in the world couldn't explain.
I had a sighting back in January 2018, 8:25 a.m. So I went outside to have a smoke. This is not the exact spot where I was at. I was actually 20 feet to the north of here. But when I came outside, I saw two stars. Between them, there were two orange orbs, and they were moving. I was intrigued, and I just kept looking. I couldn't take my eyes from them, because that was the only thing in the sky. Like overcast sky, that's the only thing you could see. I'm not supposed to see stars. Stars are supposed to be beyond the clouds, but they were within our atmosphere, and that was confusing. And then the two orbs, one of them left first, going to the west, and the other one dipped down and then accelerated faster than the other one because he caught up to him. And then I looked away, but then when I looked back, they were gone. But I heard a loud roar, like a 400 cycle generator. Whoa! Really loud.
Whatever it was, defied the laws of aeronautics.
If you could imagine something that is, like 35 miles from you, and it's going to cover a distance of 30 miles in less than a second. And for it to make that much noise at that distance, I don't know what it was, but they were fast movers. It's just like, wow. They would run circles around our Air Force.
After what he'd seen, Aldington couldn't stay quiet.
After I saw this, I just felt I should share it with someone. And so this is what I drew up to explain what I saw. There were two up to the left from my vision, but then I noticed that there was two orange orbs. Whatever it was, they were some intellectually advanced people that was in those aircraft. They moved at a velocity that is phenomenal. But this is what I saw and wrote down on that day. I'm still astounded.
So you've never seen anything like that anywhere else in the world?
No, we don't have that kind of technology. You know, to hover and then move. To me, we were visited. That's the sense I got from it. It wasn't man-made. For these guys to come from another planet and to get here, I would love to hear about their navigational systems and their guidance systems, because they have to be moving very fast. Forward seeing radar, you know, stuff I do, I would love to hear about their technology.
As a loyal member of the US Air Force, Aldington wanted to make sure his superiors were aware of what he'd seen.
I tried to put the word out there and see if anyone would contradict it, and hoping that the military would be the ones that come back and say, oh, that was one of our experiments or something. But no one ever got back to me. You know, they probably can't explain it themselves. It's way over their heads as well.
Or maybe, just maybe, they've been sworn to secrecy about visitors from another world. Either way, Aldington refuses to stay silent.
It's important to share this with the world, because I saw it, I know what I saw, and other people have seen similar things. Maybe they should open their voice and say something as well. I just can't imagine that we could be by ourselves. The galaxy is too big to not have anybody else.
Physics-defying encounters that even experts can't explain. Repeat sightings over the span of years or across vast distances. And signs of extraterrestrial beings warned about in centuries-old lore. All point to one certainty, that alien visitors have been in Alaska and continue to frequent America's last frontier.